There's a lot of controversy surrounding the Insta360 X4 at the moment, and most of it revolves around the fact that the marketing team of the Insta360 basically told over 3,000 of their influencers not to tell people that their content is sponsored, which I think is kind of BS, and in all honesty, I think it's a little bit illegal too. But in all transparency, for this video, a few weeks ago, I was that idiot that bought the X3 right before they launched the X4. Insta360 saw that video and decided to send me the X4 to say, hey, we're a nice company. That's kind of cool of them, don't you think? However, they aren't paying me a cent to make this video. That's why I can say absolutely whatever the heck I want to about this bad boy, including the fact that the X3's user interface is absolutely trash. But a little bit more on that later. I can tell this to all 92,311 of you guys with full confidence, and also all 80% of you who aren't subscribed but watching my videos. Why? Moving on, I absolutely do not want you to subscribe to this video before I provide you value. So check out this sick B-roll sequence I made with the X4. But wait, let me show you that exact same B-roll sequence with the X3 side by side. The footage is quite different, right? And it's not only the footage that differs quite a bit. The bodies between the X3 and the X4 differs quite a lot too. The X4 is quite a bit bigger, which means you also get a bigger, tougher Gorilla Glass screen. 2.5 inches of that, in comparison to the X3's 2.29 inches of only tempered glass. And not only is the screen bigger, the battery on this bad boy is bigger too. 490 milliamp hours bigger, which is awesome for recording times. Shooting 8K 30, I got an average of 75 minutes of recording time, and dropping it down to 5.7K 30, I got an average of 140 minutes of recording time. That's incredible. And a nice little side note of the X4, when you're recording longer clips and it splits the clips into halves, it doesn't leave a massive time gap in between those clips. I remember with my X3, I got around 15 seconds of lost time in between those clips. In most cases with the X4, I only noticed about 2 seconds being gone. That's a nice upgrade. Now think about 140 minutes of straight recording time with the X4. That is a full 60 minutes more than what I got on the X3. An hour more of recording time. Awesome, right? Well, not really that awesome, because the batteries between these two aren't backwards compatible, so I can't use my X3's battery on my X4, which kind of saddens me a little bit. However, in the field, I didn't notice that I needed longer recording times. 140 minutes is a lot, and also I switched between my iPhone and my X4. And by the way, what do you think about our new covers? I kind of like it. It's cool. You can't buy it. It's just me. I just custom made it. Anyways, now at first, every single influencer out there put outrageously positive reviews about the X4. It was 8K this and 8K that. I thought to myself, wow, this thing has to be magical. I mean, the 5.7K on the X3 was already really, really good. The 8K on the X4 must be something next level. But to be honest, that wasn't my experience with the X4 in the first few days. I took it to Cape Town, took a lot of videos, and everything looked a little bit meh, not impressive at all. And that's when I realized I was a complete moron. You see, the clever folks over at Insta360 knew that the lenses of the Insta360 X3 scratched really easily, and they designed aftermarket stick-on lens protectors for the X3. But they took it a step further with the X4, where they became screw-on lens protectors. Really clever. I really love this. However, I thought that out of the box, I would get premium lens protectors. It should be premium out of the box, right? I was wrong. You see, the setting on this thing is extremely important. If you select the wrong lens cover, your footage will look trash. So I adapted for that, and the footage looked amazing. Have a look. Somebody on YouTube said that Insta360 is basically in their peak GoPro years, which I couldn't disagree with at all. This thing is perfect. I don't know what they would do to improve it. I mean, you get 8K 30, 5.7K 60, and 4K 100 frames. That is incredible. And the app is super intuitive to use. You can edit on app and you can change the camera angles in app too. It's so intuitive to use, unlike GoPro. That thing's a total mess, to be honest. Have you tried it? Yikes. The X4's build feels really premium too. The screen is nice and bright, allowing for great viewing during daylight situations. It's also fast and responsive. The buttons are dense and feels great to click. The ports are well water sealed, and you can definitely see that the guys over at Insta360 knew what they were doing when they designed this body. They also knew that this camera would be used in some very spontaneous moments, and that when you click the record button, it should start recording really quickly. And that's why they also upgraded it quite a bit from the X3, where you now get like a 1 or 2 second delay before it starts recording instead of the 5 to 6 seconds that I got on my X3. Okay, it's not quite 5 seconds, but you get the point. It's faster. Shooting 8K 30 for any camera is a big deal. Cameras get hot, and the Insta360 X4 handled hot weather for a full 30 minutes and 28 seconds, which I'm really proud of because my very expensive Sony a7 Mark IV right there sometimes doesn't even give me 20 minutes. Good job, Insta360. To be honest, this probably is my favorite camera in my camera bag right now. I mean, it's not intrusive at all. It doesn't make people feel as uncomfortable as that massive a7 Mark IV would. And you don't even have to point it at someone when you're trying to record them. You just walk up to them and say, "Hey, are you a subscriber of We Do Tech?" And then they tell you no, and then you're like, "Wow, that's crazy, now you don't get any money." And then you go on with your day. The Insta360 X4 really fits so well into my day-to-day, and I like it. It unlocks a creativity inside of me which feels new. I can have any angle I want to. I can throw it. It's waterproof. I can dunk it underwater. It's so robust, and the quality is so nice. It really does inspire me as a creative to make cooler content and different videos. As you can see, I'm quite passionate about the Insta360 X4. It unlocks a whole new realm of content creativity. You can take this thing where you can't take drones and get shots with your 3-meter selfie stick, which looks exactly like drone shots in places where, well, they would chase you away if you try and take a drone. That's why I'm going to be giving away one of these Insta360 X4s to one of my subscribers. That's right, if you are a We Do Tech subscriber and if you go and comment on this Instagram post that I make, then you can stand your chance to win yourself one of these X4s. Make sure that you do follow me on Instagram and also over here on YouTube. I really hope you win, and I'm going to move on to the sensor of the Insta360 X4 now, because this is where things get really important. You see, it is a 8K sensor, which is nice, but usually when you get such a small sensor with such a high pixel density, when you get into low light situations or high dynamic range situations, the pixels just aren't sensitive enough and you end up with a lot of noise in your images. And I tested that out on this X4 extensively, because if I can't take this thing into every situation, it's of no use to me. Between the X3 and the X4, I saw a massive difference. The X4 is definitely a big upgrade from the X3. However, it still isn't what my a7 Mark III is, and that's to be expected. It is a $499 device. It isn't a $2,500 device. So I must say, on the level at which it comes in at the price you pay for it, it is an exceptional device. You can use it in all situations, and where you can't use it, you can use your phone, and where you can't use either your phone or your X4, you probably shouldn't be recording anyways, and those should only be memories. Sometimes I feel like if you have a camera that's too good in low light situations, it also loses a little bit of the authenticity of the moment. It loses that night feeling. And that's what I really like about what Insta360 did here. It still feels real. You're still in the moment. And speaking about things I really like what Insta360 did, is they made a bunch of accessories for our devices, and I picked up a few of them. Firstly, I got myself the bullet time bundle, which allows me to take very cool bullet time shots. It also has a little extra handle and a tripod that I use very often with my X4. Imagine you just go and sit down next to a group of people. You're like, "Hey boys, how you doing?" Don't mind, that's just something on the side. It's not intrusive at all. You can grab some cool content. Even in a meeting, you won't miss a thing. I also got the 3-meter extended selfie stick because, well, this is what I do drone shots with. This is really cool. And if you want to know whether you should buy the original Insta360 or a off-brand one, I made a short video on that. Check it out. I'd recommend buy the original. That's all I'm gonna say. I also have the lens cap because, well, if this scratches, there's no fixing. You have to buy a new X4. Don't do that to yourself. Get yourself the lens protector. And out of the box, the X4 comes with a really cool protector and obviously your non-premium lens protectors. Remember that. Don't be me. Don't be a dumbass like I was. There is, however, one thing that I would love for my Insta360 X4, and that is the audio adapter for my DJI mics. I really want to have better audio than what they come with. Yeah, they have wind protection modes, but it's not the same. If you have proper mics and you can plug it into this, you have everything you need. So I'm gonna get myself that and I'll review it in a short video soon. So overall, yes, there's a lot of controversy around the Insta360 X3. A lot of people say it's not cool that the company did what they did. However, the product itself is incredible. I can't say anything bad about it. And I think that's the point. That's what all of us want to hear. We wanna know, is the product what is promised? And yes, it absolutely is. Unlike these mobile devices we get on the market right now. These things piss me off because their software is really, really trash. This is the Lenovo Legion Go, and I've looked at the MSI Claw and the ROG Ally, and all of them are exactly the same, as you know, and if you've looked at all of my other videos, I'm not a fan and it irritates me. However, a little birdie told me that next week at Computex 2024, some very interesting news will drop on our ASUS friends. Stay tuned for that. I'll see you in that video. This was Stefan. Out. Remember to like and subscribe. Bye.